Okay, why are we still waiting on them? There we go. Looks like I forgot to hit a button, but I am here now, I believe. If somebody would let me know in the chat that I'm here, I would be greatly appreciative. I think you all know by now it can't be a canine live stream without me fumbling over the technology at the beginning of the feed. Hey, Rick, thank you. You hear me 5x5? We good? Chopper John, that's a new name. Awesome, welcome. And if you've commented and I've talked to you back in the comments, please forgive me. I'm horrible with names. I'm also a little bit not myself right now. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to make this, but I missed last week, so I wanted to make sure I put one on this week. Good, it sounds good. I got a new webcam, so I'm hoping everything is good on it. I'm testing it out. Some of you may know, some of you may not. I have really severe health issues going on with my back right now. And I decided to go back to work this week in spite of my issues, and I am severely regretting it, unfortunately. So right now I'm on some pain meds that don't make me completely 100% here. So bear with me a little bit if I'm a little spacey or not on my game. I'm not on my A game, as they would say. But like I said, I missed last week. Last week I didn't have a really good excuse. I got to mowing my lawn. We've gotten a crap ton of rain over the last 6 weeks here in Oregon, and I am severely OCD about my yard and my property and the weeds being whacked and garden looking good. And because of the weather, I had not had a chance to do it. And then suddenly, bam, all of a sudden it's springtime in Oregon. So last week I was busy in my yard, and Thursday night about 7:30 or something, I realized it was Thursday. That's what happens when you don't work every day on a regular schedule. You lose track of days. And that's why I didn't make it last week. So my apologies for that. Anyways, I didn't get to announce this. So not sure who all will join in. But obviously you guys saw it. It says I got 6 people in here. Awesome. So obviously the word's going out, and that's cool. I don't, they keep saying the key to success is consistency. And I was worried when I missed last week, but obviously you guys are back here. So that's awesome. Yeah, well, I don't do the perks, Chopper John. I'm not a big pain med guy. I'm not a good pill popper. So my body doesn't handle stuff like that well. And I take what to most people's probably innocuous. But to me, they kind of plant me on my ass. Mr. and Mrs. Thumper, awesome. Read with me. That's another new name, unless it's somebody else changing their name again. Are you Mike? Are you Psyche Mike? And you got a new name? Otherwise, read with me. Welcome. Glad to see a new person on the live stream. That's always great, considering I'm still a newbie here, to see new people on here. Just my warped sense of humor. That's all right. Laughing is good. Laughing is better than anything else. I do appreciate a good laugh, right? Especially right now. So read with me, Scott. Okay, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that. I'm guessing that's your name. Like I said, you gotta comment for dummies right now, because I'm kind of a dummy. So pretend like you're typing to a 5-year-old, please, and then I'll get it. Hey Ray, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm up to 9 already, and I've only been on for less than 10 minutes. That's awesome. Really appreciating that. I want everybody to know that I really appreciate you guys being here and the support. It may not seem like a big deal to you guys, but I'm over 140 subscribers right now. Ray knows what that means. I think Rick's been around long enough to know what that means. I'd say 5, 6 weeks ago, I was stuck at like 80 subscribers. And with some help from some good guys on here and giving me some direction, my channel's finally starting to grow. So I'm very appreciative of everybody that's here and super appreciative of the guys that have reached out so kindly and so generously to help me out. And primarily, I'm going to thank Ray on that one because Ray, he like almost made it his mission to make sure that my channel was going somewhere. And I really dig that. Okay, well, your name is Scott. Glad to meet you, Scott. If I can ask a question, you guys, just again, because I'm not completely in my sorts right now, if you guys could list in the side chat exactly where you're from or general area. You don't have to give me your address, but I'm here in Portland, Oregon, outside of Portland. If you're from the Northwest, I'm not actually in Portland. I'm about an hour outside of Portland, but that's the nearest major city. I'm actually a little closer to Salem, which is actually the capital of Oregon, but that's not a major city in most of the country. Hey, HDIV Traveler from Texas. How you doing, buddy? King City. Oh, as in right up the road from me? Read with me. Are you saying King City, Oregon? No kidding. Well, we're damn near neighbors, buddy. Do I know you in real life? If I know you in real life and I'm not catching it, then forgive me, but tell me. Your thumbnail is a little tiny here, so I'm not really recognizing you by the thumbnail. So please explain to me who you are so I don't feel like a total idiot. Two Up Journey Junkies, I see you. Tennessee, nice. Close to St. Louis, but nowhere near there. Are you saying nowhere near St. Louis? Oh, thanks, Ray. The camera's working good. Good. I went to a garage sale and got this USB plug-in webcam for like $10. Actually, I think it was $8, and it's like clipped onto the top of my laptop. It stopped raining long enough for me to get some Wi-Fi in here, so I'm really glad it's all working. As you can tell, some of you know I'm in my shop and not laying in my bed as I have to sometimes. Middle Tennessee Concrete. You are not from Alberta. You are Dallas, right? Hopefully I'm getting, like I said, not getting too mixed up because of my meds right now. But if you are Dallas, you are not from Alberta, Canada. So that's funny. Mike will bike. How you doing, bud? Now, am I incorrect? But I think Mike will bike is somewhere here in the Pacific Northwest. Also, are you not? I think you're a little north of me if I'm getting the right person. So, anyways, in the meantime, I will post the jump on button here in a minute, but I just want you guys to think about it and maybe comment after everybody tells me where they're from. I'm really enjoying finding out where everything's from, where everyone's from, because it's a great big world here on the internet, and it's kind of fun figuring out where everybody's from. And sometimes you find out, like I'm finding out with Scott, who's from King City, apparently. Something tells me I may know him in real life, but he's not telling me. I may be getting punked here. I'm not sure. But that you're a masshole, Mike would like. Oh, he's from Massachusetts. Okay, there's a different Mike out here then. And not Mikey Psyche either. There's a different Mike that's in Washington. Well, welcome all the way from Massachusetts as well. And another thing, I really appreciate you guys because I'm like, okay, what is it, 6 o'clock here? Oh, that's not too bad. It's like 8 or 9 o'clock where you're at. But some of you guys, when I do these, hang out until like 9 o'clock my time, which I know is like 11 o'clock or midnight your guys' time when you do some of you guys on the East Coast. So I really appreciate that, especially on a Thursday night. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, so anyways, enough with my enough with my ass kissing. How about? Um, what was I going to say? Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Um, I just missed my deadline, so I'm gonna have to call first thing in the morning. But I'm getting a new tire on Saturday. I found out some information that I didn't know. That's why I was kind of hoping Doc would be on here. Maybe he will in a little while because he may know a little bit. But you got anybody who rides is going to know about back tires. Um, so I found out that this is the third. So I got the bike in February of 2020, which makes it a little over 3 years if I'm doing my math right. And I'm putting my fourth back tire on. Uh, what I've discovered is that I was repeatedly making a mistake. I'm getting about 8,000 out of a tire. I didn't ride as much last year. So, but anyways, I'm getting about 8 grand out of a tire. Well, it turns out I've been using Dunlop 404s. I'm not rubbing the fender. I've checked all the clearances. I've checked my alignment. I've done all that, made sure it was straight. I can ride this thing no-handed to California. So there's nothing wrong with the bike. What I found out is Dunlop 404s are garbage for my bike. They're made for a lighter bike. They're made for, maybe a soft tail at most. I've got them on a Road King, and I've been not regularly checking my air pressures and riding two up. My air shocks leak, so there's been a lot of weight pushed on that back tire, and a 404 does not like that so badly that the place that I deal with up here, and Mike Mikey knows them, Psycho World in Salem. Pissed off with my bike. Kicked my ass today. Pissed off with my bike. Yeah, mine kicked. Somebody else's kicked mine last weekend. Anyways, so they told me that they're not even allowed to install 404s anymore because there's lawsuits going around. Yada yada yada. Yeah, Ray, you use my. I'm looking at the 888, but from what I've read, it's not good the way I ride my bike. I guess no. Actually, the Metzler, the 888 is, from what I've seen, it's a direct competitor to the Commander 2, and but they don't last as long, and that's an issue for me right now. I need something that's going to last me 12, 13 grand. I can't keep putting tires on the back of this. So I was looking at the Metzler, and they say it's a really good performing tire, but it's not doing so well in longevity. So I have four choices. I either get the 401, which is basically the 404, but more heavy duty, kind of like what do they call it, 10 ply on my truck. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as a 404, which I like the tread and I like the performance of the 404. It's also a very good wet tire. And up here in Oregon, I ride in the rain quite a bit, and I ride aggressively in the rain. So having a good rain tire is super important to me. This damn cigarette won't stay lit. And so I have the choice of the 401, which I kind of like, although with my experience with the 404, kind of iffy about it. They have the 888, the Metzler 888. Then they have the Night Ninja something. It's the Pirelli. Oh, what is it called? It's the Night something. I don't know. Maybe somebody else will know. It's got a cool name, but it's not really that cool of a tire. And then there was a fourth one. There's the Pirelli. There's the Metzler. There's the Dunlop. And one other one that I wasn't really that interested in, so that's why I don't remember. But anyways, I'm believing I really want a Michelin Commander, but I don't want to wait for it. I want to get a tire on Saturday, so I have to go. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing the Shinko. I think I would rip through one of those in 6K, I'm pretty sure. I know that they're cheap, but I'm tired of taking this thing in. I don't have a whole lot of money, so when I get a back tire gone, my bike sits for a couple of weeks, and I don't like doing that very often. And I had to borrow somebody else's Softail. You probably see the video I made about it. Had to borrow their Heritage, and I'm not very comfortable riding somebody else's bike. I have back problems. It took me a long time. Yeah, that's at the American Elite I was looking at also. Thank you, HG. Um, and they're all about the same. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I spent a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of experimentation over the last 3 years to get my seat and my backrest, and my bars are almost there. I need to get my bigger bars on, but uh, I like to ride for a long time when I ride, so I had to get it really comfortable. And when I get on somebody else's bike, it's just not the same. And that, and also, I'm really nervous when I'm on somebody else's bike because I don't have the money to replace it if I wreck it. So I'm extremely grateful for them to allow me to use their bike, but at the same time, it's kind of uncomfortable because I'm not enjoying myself as much because I'm nervous about wrecking their bike. I don't want to destroy something of somebody else's that I don't have the money to replace. So I want to keep mine going. Um, so I need something with some longevity. So I'm not doing this. The Shinko idea did pop in my head because, well, you can buy two Shinkos for the price of one American Elite. Well, actually, an American Elite, you could probably buy three Shinkos for that, but that's two more times that my bike is sitting still while I'm waiting to get a new tire. Because, when you're poor white trash, you got to think about that. I don't have the money to just shove it in the shop and have it swapped. And I know how to remove and replace the rim and do all the, get it off the bike and all of that stuff. But the balancing part is why I have to take it somewhere. Uh, I'm still running black walls, so I feel good about not buying them. White walls are not easy without. Yeah, so I don't run white walls. I'm not a big white wall fan. Um, I'm too anal about cleaning my stuff, and white walls don't stay white, and that would drive me absolutely crazy. I said I was going to do the invite thing, so let me get that in the comments if anybody wants to join in. Copied. Comment. This is so much easier on the laptop than it is doing it on my phone. And I also got, and I know it's silly little stuff, but for somebody like me, it's awesome. I got this little mini wireless keyboard because neat, really nice HP laptop that I've had for a few years, but I think it had coffee spilled on the keyboard once too many times, and the keyboard doesn't work right. So I had this giant plug-in keyboard that I couldn't find place for on my computer station here. And then also at that same garage sale, this little thing, I got it for $8, and it's literally, I mean, look at my hand. It's actually tiny, and it's cordless. So neat little stuff. When we get to our new place and I actually set up a studio, I'm going to be pretty well equipped. I've got one of these multi-port USB things so I can plug my dongles in and all of that. So I'm pretty excited that I'm stepping into this century finally, and I'm not trying to do a live stream on a brick phone, so to speak. But anyway, so yeah, those are my choices. It's the 888, or it's the 401, or is it the Night Dragon? I think it's called Night Dragon, something of that sort. It's got a super, super cool name, but not really that impressed with it enough to go get the cool name. But I was supposed to call them about 15 minutes ago and I forgot, so I'll have to call them very first thing in the morning. They're all booked up tomorrow, so I'm going to have to be there at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday to wait in line because it's a first come, first serve. And hopefully by Saturday afternoon, I will be riding Penny again. The 18-year and 21 front seat. Yeah, I wish I was fortunate enough. I've still got stock 16s on mine. I keep saying that's another reason why I haven't upped to really expensive tires is because I want to do something like an 18 and 21, but I just don't have the money for it right now. So it keeps getting pushed back and pushed back. I don't even have the money to get my bars on because I can't afford to buy the cables for it. But yeah, it seems like, I wanted an 18 and 21 in March of 2020, and I still am running the stock stuff. I'm going to, so it's really weird. I'm still running the same front tire that I bought the bike with, and I have no issues on it. There's no cupping, no cracking, no anything. It looks like a damn near brand new tire on the front of this thing. And it's not like I'm riding wheelies everywhere. But for some reason, I think I've got a severe weight transfer to the back of my bike because the front tire is not wearing hardly at all. And I'm even running my hand on it. Running my hand on it right now. It's sitting next to me, and there's nothing wrong with that front tire, but I know safety's sake says I need to get it fixed before I take my next really long run. I need to get it replaced just because age and stuff. But I've got the stock wagon wheel front Harley rim on there, and I really don't like. I mean, you can't even shine it up and make it look pretty. It's just yuck. I don't like it at all. So hopefully I'm going to get that replaced sometime hopefully this summer. I'm hoping things turn around this summer, and I'll have money to put a little bit into my bike. And I just noticed I got to clean the crap out of it tomorrow. Can't take it out looking like that. It's got an inch of dust on it. But anyways, so I thought Ray says he runs the 888s. Now, what do you guys think other than the Shinko thing? Yeah, that's funny, but not a thing. I'm not doing Shinko. Now, always get one front for every two rear. Actually, read with me. Scott, if you are in the area, where do you go to get your tires? I'm going to Cycle World in Salem. I'm guessing, would go, if you go to a dealer, you go to Paradise. You probably have more options being closer to Portland than I do, because I'm on the west end of Yamhill County. I'm like 20 minutes from Lincoln City. So Salem, Scorcher 31 seems like a good price. Yeah, well, see, the problem is I tried to investigate doing these, but I'm in a hurry and I got to do what they have in stock. I don't want to wait till next week. I got to get it done this weekend. My bike's been sitting for 2 weeks now, and I just can't take it anymore. We had the nicest weekend that we've had in Oregon this year, last weekend. And, you can't ride anymore. Okay. We had the nicest weekend in Oregon this year, last weekend, and I didn't get on a bike once, and I'm a little upset about it. My back was giving me problems. I didn't feel comfortable getting on someone else's bike when I didn't feel 100%. And mine, I would have rode mine because, when it's your bike and you put that many miles on it, then the bike basically rides itself. But on someone else's bike, that's a different story. So I didn't get to ride last weekend, and I'm not gonna have that happen again. I want myself put back together and ready to rock and roll. But like I said, the good news is I've got it pretty much set up to where Saturday I will get another tire and I can ride mine again, and I will be happy. That was one of the things, even back a month ago, that is on my checklist before I do my iron butt. So that'll be one thing off of that list, anyways. And I think I may go ahead and do front and rear brakes this weekend. That's another thing that's on my list. If any of you guys probably don't watch my videos close enough to pay this much attention, but you'll hear a lot of brake squeak in some of my riding videos. They're getting down there, so I really need to get those done too, and I might try to do those this weekend if I have any time. We're in the process of relocating, so time is really a precious commodity around here right now. Heavy load to bring out some new tires. I don't want to. Yeah, apparently my load is way too heavy for the 404. Guys I was talking to is like they have them on their Sportsters, they have them on their Softails, and they like them on that in solo seats and whatnot. But I carry a lot of weight in my saddlebags. I have a King Tour pack that I put on. I ride 2-up on mine, and I'm an aggressive stoplight rider. If I don't hit 3 gears and 2 blocks, then I get bored. So I put my tire through some shit. So, but I guess the 401s are equivalent to what they put out on a stock Harley. So I can't see where I'd go wrong with that. And I know the American Elites are too for the newer Harleys. But they just, that was my first choice, but they just don't have them anywhere here I can get them that quickly. So ride a front tire a little longer than they should. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at. Like I said, I don't see anything visibly wrong with my front tire, so I keep putting it off. But like I said, I've 70, almost 30,000 since I've bought the bike, and I don't know how long it was on before that. So yeah, I've got a lot of miles on this front tire, so I should probably replace that ASAP as well. But hopefully I'll find a good deal and I'll replace the tire and rim at the same time, because even if I had like a 19 with the lower profile tire or something, I'd be happy with that, rather than this balloon looking tire on the 16-inch wagon wheel. It's like, that's okay for my truck, but not for the front of my Harley. Anyways, again, if anybody came on here after I said it, I'm glad you guys are here. I extended the invite in the comments. So if you want to join in, feel free, or just in the side chat and chat with me there too. Now that I've got the laptop set up, it's really easy for me to participate in the side chat while I'm doing this. So that's really cool. Maybe somebody will join in, maybe they won't. Just to let you know, I'm probably going to stop it off a little over an hour, maybe an hour 15, just so I can go back and convalesce like I'm supposed to be. But I will definitely enjoy my time while we're here. Hey, there's somebody. My buddy. Come on.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, now I can hear something. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Thank you, sir.
I talk to myself all day. Well, the dude in my head, I always talk. I talk to him every day. He's pretty good at conversation. So, what's up, man?
If you can't stand your own conversation, how's anybody else supposed to, right?
That's right.
How you doing, buddy?
Can you hear me all right?
Oh, I can hear you excellent.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I'm really happy.
I'm glad you got that camera, man.
Yeah, a little $10 webcam, and it changed my life. I'm happy.
Mine was $20 at Walmart, and it works perfect. I think it does. I hope everybody can see pretty good. So.
And it came with a little clip, so I can put it on top of my laptop screen, so it looks like I can read the screen and still look at the camera. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have mine on I know my laptop cameras suck. I mean, it ain't bad, but it looks like a fuzzy film across it for some reason.
Yeah. It's like through a filter, right?
Yeah. And
look, we have a new guest. Okay, we're going to be joined by.
So I didn't care for that, so I just went and bought a small one. I just have it on a tripod. What's up, my man?
How's it going?
Brother.
Pretty good, you. Look at that beard.
Yeah, it came in pretty good.
Yeah.
Looking all shaggy and stuff.
Oh, man, my hair's even worse, dude.
There you go.
Oh, I need a haircut.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I
ain't cut mine yet, but mine grows slow, so.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to grow it out, get it long. We'll see.
I always do that until the first hot day, and then I'm like, nope, forget this.
That's probably what's going to happen to me, too.
I'm thinking about growing mine back to my shoulders, so.
Yeah,
I don't have a whole ton of time because I got to go pick up the wife from work. But, Dog, I've been dying to talk to you anyways, bud, because...
tell me your news, buddy. Tell me your news.
Yeah, we just declined the extension in California, and she's talking to Salem Health now.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So we may be up there as quickly as June, and probably permanently.
I was gonna say that's north, ain't it? You're going on up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where y'all wanted to go, though, right?
Yeah, that's where we wanted to end up, anyways.
We should be settled in our new place by then, and you can come and we'll give you a welcoming here party.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
finally
super
have a
cool.
YouTube buddy to ride with.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying too. I'm like, I don't know anybody around here.
Well,
And then it's a lot of crotch rockets and, you know, different types of bikes and people that go way faster than I do. So it'd be nice to have some like-minded folks.
well, you're going to have that problem riding with me too, bud. You know
Not
how
to
I
this
ride.
extreme. Not,
That
at
was-
least I
that
hope
was
not, or
a slow
otherwise
day
then
when
everybody's
you rode
possessed.
with me. Yeah, when you rode with me, that was a slow day. I was taking it easy because we had a couple new guys with it. But so bad news is I'm not sure I'll be able to make it down your way and back before that happens.
Oh, it's all good.
We're trying to schedule a back surgery right now, and I'm going through physical therapy and that, and I don't know if it's a wise thing for me to attempt that at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Everybody's telling me it's going to kill me if I try and do that right now because it's gotten so bad I can barely walk some days. So
well, it can make it worse,
like
anyways.
24 hours is probably not going to help me at all.
That's a lot of seat time, man.
Yeah. And then to do a surgery, yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, but if you're up here, we can plan it and we can both just do it together from here then.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say you two can just run together, can't you? Yeah.
Totally could.
That would be pretty awesome.
Well, I'm glad you because that's where y'all want to be up there, right? So
Yeah,
I mean,
that was the
that's-
whole point of coming out west anyways, was to end up landing in Oregon.
Yeah, it seemed like you really liked it up here, so that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, how's Michigan and stuff? Y'all trying to get everything still wrapped up there?
Yeah, we still got the house there. We're going to end up renting that out. There's no point in selling it with the interest rate we got on it. So as long as that bill is covered, like I'm not even worried. Like it will be okay
Well, that's good, man. That's
because we're not going to be making the money that we're making now up there as a full time. The travelers get paid way more, so that's not a bad thing. We're just taking a leap and saying screw it. Let's see what happens and see what we can do. And,
Well, I mean, the good thing is she can always go back to traveling, though, right? If
Yeah.
something was to, not go the way it should go,
yeah, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't work out, but I have a feeling it's going to work out. Like,
Yeah.
just sitting here, we find ourselves on YouTube, checking out, Nesquin Beach again, or looking at Pacific City, or, Astoria. And it's like, oh my God, I remember when we were there. And I'm like, why are we just there? We should just be there. What are we
Yeah.
doing? Now we're going there. So,
Well, I
What
mean, you gotta.
exactly does she do at the hospital?
yeah, Salem Health.
No, what exactly does she do? She a
Delivers
nurse?
babies.
Is she-
Delivers the babies.
Oh,
The little evil shits that come in the world now.
Yeah, and
See,
she
we
deals
could've
with
used
some
her in
pretty
McMinnville.
the hard cases too.
Oh, I
We could have
bet.
used her in McMinnville a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I saw that in the on the shorts.
But I gotta say, dude, Salem Hospital needs all the help they can get right now, bro. So
Well, I mean, you got to be happy. You know what I mean? You got to go where you're happy. You can't just live somewhere and be miserable and nowhere and nobody around, and if it makes you happy to go somewhere, then, I mean, that's where you need to be,
Yeah, we thought from the moment we left that state that's where we belong. That's our home. Like we've been away from home since we left,
and
and
it felt comfortable.
yeah, that she just took a trip back to Michigan to go back to the house, check the house out, check on my daughter, make sure everything's cool, and called me immediately. Like it just doesn't feel right. I'm like, okay, you're in the wrong state. You're on the wrong side of the Rockies.
Yeah.
Oregon has a way of doing that, buddy. I've literally not been back to Cleveland since I moved out here. So Oregon has a
hoping
way
that
of
we're
snatching
something.
people. I would say since I've moved here, at least 50% of the people I've met in this state are from somewhere else originally.
That makes sense.
People like it here. But yeah, that's good news. So June, you say?
Yeah, so June 12th is our last day in this house, and we'll be heading north then.
So I've got a really good realtor. You want me to send her your name?
Yeah, sure.
I'll message you her info and you can talk to her. She's a super good realtor. We've been working with her lately. So
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't even. That's just a little over a month, ain't it?
Yeah.
Salem is not that far. I'm sure she knows some deals up in there. Are you guys looking in Salem or like maybe a little out of Salem?
We like to get on the fringes. We got to get close enough to the hospital to where she's within like a half-hour commute.
Look at
That's
like
about all she's willing to put up with.
Independence or Dallas. Independence or Dallas would probably be perfect.
You know what's funny is we're looking at an apartment right now in Independence.
Okay, yeah, that's a good little town. That's a good little town. And yeah, you could be to the hospital in like 22, 23 minutes probably from there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And you could be here, like it's like basically halfway between my house and Salem is Independence. So
A straight shot up 99 to get to you, right?
actually from there you come out 22. It'd be
22. Okay.
Yeah. And then hit Highway 18. But
oh, I can't wait to make that ride again. That's gonna be. I might cry in my helmet.
It was hilarious because, and I won't divulge too much, but I went to that meeting of the clubs, to get our blessing or however you want to say it without divulging too much. And they asked me, they're like, "Well, we're curious, where did you come up with your name?" And I said, "Well, if you look at the logo, it's a highway sign. We all live and ride and hang out on Highway 18, so that's the name of our club." And they're, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
I don't know. Were they worried like it was an anagram of 81?
Oh, there's issue. I'll explain that to you off.
Yeah, that's all right.
There's issues going on there right now. It's kind of but we're trying to work it out because that's been our thing for over 3 years, man. And my people aren't real. They're reluctant to give that up. So we're gonna have to come up with some compromises somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had to know it was going to come to that sooner or later.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that stayed up there. Now you're talking about going into Oregon, right? And,
yeah.
And then you got Washington above that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. California, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, I'd get out of California. I'd want, man, the riding has to be great up there going into Washington, all that, the mountains and the.
Well, Ray, you saw what my road looks like. That's my road that I live on, and that's not even a great riding road out here. It's cool, but that's just a road out here, man. There's epic roads all over the place, and you can go up into the mountains, and there's always really good viewpoints and stuff like that. I'll get more videos out on it this year than I have been now that I got the right equipment. But there's some epic rides here, man, and you don't have to go far to get to them.
I mean, I'd like to see those, like, if I was out there, like those old coastal towns and shit, on the ocean there, just those old built, old towns,
Yeah, maybe I'll take a ride
surely
up
there's
or something. And
the coastline up through there. And because that side, of course, is always different. It's rocky, it's wet, the ocean and stuff, on the beaches is more rocky and different.
It's 100% different. I've been on the Atlantic coast plenty of times, and it's totally different out here.
And that's what I'd like to see, stuff like that. That would be just completely different. And
it's nice. I can literally on my bike, I can put my feet in the ocean in like 25 minutes. So, you'd think you'd get used to it. You'd think you'd just take it for granted. But, man, I do it at least once a month if I can, and just to go see it. I never get over it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I've been doing up here is just finding new and inventive ways to get to the coast. And, there's this little road or that little road or this little road. And it's like, let me just pick a direction and go, and all the little things that, the small little shops. I found a bread shop in the middle of nowhere, like just farmland, and there's just like, yeah, we sell bread here. Okay, I'll take a big loaf of bread. Absolutely awesome. Tastes great.
I just found it was a news article about a road that I didn't even know existed, and you can go like from this area and take it and wind your way up, And like, okay, so do you remember where Seaside and Astoria is up there?
Yeah.
Well, from here, it would probably take about 2.5 hours, I think, from here to get to Seaside,
Okay.
because my VP kids do cadet training at Camp Rylea, so we go up that way all the time. But anyways, if you take this side road, it would probably take about 4 hours, but it goes through all these little tiny towns, and there's a waterfall place and all of this. And it's like, instead of taking the highway that everybody takes, you just make this right turn and head up into the mountains, and eventually you end up in Astoria. But it adds like an hour and a half, but it's an hour and a half of coolness. So
Yeah.
maybe when you get up here, we'll have to take that ride.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'd love that there. Just pick a direction and figure
See
it out.
where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
the
don't even plan it. Just go. You know.
the great thing about this area, for those who haven't been up here, is you have desert, you have mountains, you have damn near rainforest, you have the coast. So you could literally do anywhere, any kind of geography you want, basically, all within an hour's drive of Portland.
Yep.
And on a bike, it's spectacular. Driving, 6,000 feet over a mountain pass on your motorcycle on a sunny day it's breathtaking sometimes.
Yeah,
You got
it's
to
a
stop
totally
because
different.
you can end up getting the state invaded by people from Michigan and whatnot, and then
Well, California already did it. So,
Oh, okay, all right. They already screwed it up.
yeah, probably 30% of our population up here came from California in the early 2000s.
Yeah, just the general, like the way the people are as well is, it's funny just because I guess it is kind of distance. It would be like a difference between someone from Kentucky and someone from Detroit, I guess. Two very different people. I find people down here are a lot kind but cold, I guess would be the way to do it.
Cold shoulder.
What my theory is in California, even rural Californians are just city people that live in the country. Out here, rural Oregon people are rural Oregon people. Like Portland is like California, and some parts of Salem. You'd think you were in a city in California, but
Yeah.
you get out where I live, and you feel like you're where Ray is. You feel like you're in Tennessee
Right.
or Kentucky or something when you're out in these parts. But it's not like that in California. California are just city people that wanted a little green grass around their house. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'd have to be in the country if I was out there.
Oh, the country's awesome out here.
Or the woods, whatever y'all call it. To me, it would be the woods. I mean,
we call it the country out here. We call it the sticks.
Yeah.
BFE. But I've lived here since '96. And I was a city boy. I was raised in Cleveland, so I was raised in the city. And it took me a minute coming out here before I could sleep at night without any noise. But I found out in the last however many years, it's like, God, that's almost like 30 years now. But it's like 25 years. Every time I've moved farther and farther away from Portland. Each time I move, I go a little bit. It takes me a little bit longer to get to Portland every time I move.
and that's me. Certain things, and that's how I am. I enjoy I enjoy the access to the cities, but I'm like in the middle, like between Nashville and Knoxville. So it's like 2 hours or a little more each way for me to be in a decent city, But I enjoy that. But also, there's points and times that I'm like, damn, I wish I could just run and be in there in 20 minutes and have what I need, but I can't, So it's like, but when I do go to the city and stay overnight or somewhere, I'm like you. Every little noise I hear, I'm awake or something because I'm not used to that. I'm used to everything being so quiet, and it's peaceful. And then when I'm in the city, it's like, it's just hustle and bustle, constantly all day, all night. And there's times that, of course, I'm always like, yes, I love being in the city and getting things that I need in the city. But it reminds me every time why I love living in the country, because I don't have to deal with that, hustle and bustle and that headache of people being stupid. So,
yeah, I had to drive to the other side of Portland the other day. Again, hard part. I was doing I do remodel, and I'm doing an old house that has vinyl siding, and I had to replace some vinyl siding on a wall. And apparently out here you can't get vinyl siding down there anywhere. So I had to literally drive an hour to the other side of Portland to go get like 6 pieces of siding. But I'm driving my truck, obviously, because I can't put siding on the bike, and slowed down on the freeway to about 35 mile an hour, and I damn near lost my mind. I was like, what is this traffic stuff? I'm like so spoiled out here now that I'm like, what is this traffic? What is this? Why am I sitting here? I'm almost sitting still. It's like, what is this? Why are people on the street with me? Somebody said Mount Hood. I saw Michael Bike said, add some peeps who live out near Mount. Ooh, I can do this. I keep forgetting to do this. Add some peeps that live out near Mount Hood.
Mount Hood.
Go away. There we go. Oh, okay. Figured it out. Yeah, I love that area out there. I did a lot of work out in Welch's and Brightwood and stuff like that, right at the base of Mount Hood, and yeah, it's nice. I haven't snowboarded in years, but I need to get back to doing that once my back is better. I bet. But dude, that's awesome news, man. It'd be good to have.
I mean, that's
seriously.
Yeah, we're super excited. We got the negotiations are still ongoing. We're trying to figure out how much money she's going to make, what kind of financial situation we're going to be in when we get there, and once that's all worked out. But that should be. I thought before I got on today that we would know that set. Like, yeah, we're coming. But we're about 90% there. I mean, that's something miraculous would have to happen, or the pay rate's going to have to come in incredibly low, and I don't think that's going to happen based on the negotiations back and forth so far. So, cross my fingers. We'll see what happens, and then I'll be able to see finally in Oregon summer. Which are
you guys going to rent first, or are you looking to buy as soon as you get up here?
We're going to come and probably grab a Airbnb for the first month, and then more than likely an apartment for the next couple. I don't know, year or two. I don't know, and then we'll worry about buying. We got to figure out what to do with the house at home. We got a weird. My daughter's there, but she's not paying the full amount for the house. That we got some financial shit at home to work out. So
speaking of financial shit, I'm going to your buddies here in 2 days. On Saturday, I'm going to see your buddies and get a new tire.
Oh yeah.
So what do you run on the back of yours?
I run I just replaced both of them, and they were Dunlop Elite 3s.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're just having to get something at the dealership, grab a Dunlop. It'll be until you want to decide to go with a different brand or Michelin or something. If you have to save up for that,
I think I'm pretty set on that 401, just because having a rain tire is really important up here. And despite the quick tire wear, I love the way the tread pattern worked on the 404. And the 401 is the same thing as the 404, only heavier duty. So I think that's going to do me okay. And like I said, they're not the prettiest looking tire. They're really busy, but I think where I ride, the busy is good because it really said I ride aggressively even in the rain. And obviously, Mike knows it rains a lot up here, and I've never had an issue with the handle. I mean, I have cords showing, and I can still rip around a corner in that 404. So, I think it'll basically be a 404 that lasts longer, which is exactly what I need. But yeah,
we had the ones that I took off were Elite 3s, and they had I don't know,
sorry, I didn't
16,000 miles on them. There was still tread on that rear. I was shocked. There's still tread.
I'm getting 8, and I'm showing. I'm riding Maypops at $8,000. And
it might just be a situation of how I'm riding too. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't credit all that to the tire. It may be a situation where I'm not riding as hard.
Rob Zombie's playing live right now at Thunder Beach in Panama City. Bike rally.
Nice. I've seen Rob Zombie ride, but you are not a very aggressive rider, though. At least that I've seen.
If they start getting me into some corners, I'll go. It's it's hit or miss. You got to remember when I rode with you guys, I had that bike a total of 2.5 weeks. Like
Oh
that's how
yeah,
long
I
I
don't
owned
think
it.
I'd have been doing any crazy shit either.
Yeah,
I'd
so
have
it was
been-
still new to me.
Still have that new bike feeling.
Yeah. Now it's not to say that I'm not like I'm crazy. I'm definitely not a crazy person. There's no doubt about that. But
Me either.
yeah, I think it's a little bit different now that the bike's built and I've been on it for a while.
I have an attitude of hell. I get there when I get there. I'm not slow, but I ride. I'm not like you said. I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to test my limits in the curves. If it says 30, I'm not doing 50 in it. You know what I mean? I'm going to do what I feel comfortable with. And I mean, if I'm running an interstate, 80, 85, sometimes 90 is okay to a point if I'm with people. But like if I'm out here running and the bypass is 50, I may do 62, something, 5, 7 over. And I don't care to tell everybody, yeah, I don't ride it crazy because I'm in the mountains and I've got up and down hills and everything and curves everywhere. So you're not going to do 100 everywhere you go where I'm at. So you might as well just relax and take the day and ride, so.
That's all good. It's I do a lot more alone riding, and I don't think that I get the opportunity while riding alone to get pushed. When I went back home to Michigan,
when I'm by myself either.
Yeah, see, my buddy Mike, when I was back in Michigan, that dude was just constantly like, "Hey, I think I can hit this corner at 105," and I'm like,
That's
"Okay, here we go."
You get that testosterone. You want to show your bike off in front of your friends. When I'm by myself, I ride 20 mile an hour slower by myself than I do when I'm with people. But the funny thing is I don't know if you've seen my video about the tire, the short that I put out about my back tire, like 2 weeks ago. I put it out. You'll see me trying to catch up to my buddies. They dropped a gear and took off, and they went around this. You may have been where I-5 goes on to 205, and there's this long sweeping curve to go there. Anyways, they dropped a couple gears and took off, and it took me a second to realize that they had taken off because we were switching lanes, so I was watching traffic. So then I had to try and catch up to them. One of them's got an H2, and the other one's got about 140 horse road glide. And so I just dropped two. I went down to third. I was so determined to catch up to him. And by the time I had enough balls to look down at my Speedo, I was doing $1.17. And I was like, I don't have the tire to be doing this.
Yeah. It shouldn't be happening right now.
Yeah, this is not smart. I'm glad they waited for me.
Yeah, I just like Dallas said, about the city. He's lived, down in Columbia, like 45 minutes south of Nashville, and now it's just, Nashville's growing so much they just keep on expanding, and it's down there for I'd say the next 15 years or 10, probably he'll be in the city. I mean, he's in the city, but country. It wasn't a big town at first, and then. But yeah, I mean, I like Dallas said, we ride. I enjoy riding, and that's how I was when my brother rides. Like if I go to Georgia or whatever, I ride with my brother. I mean, he's full on club and all that stuff, and like he pushes me. He makes me get up there next to him, peg to peg, and ride. And that's okay. I'm okay being pushed to a point, but I'm a solo rider. Unless I'm meeting up with Dan or Dallas or Tweedledee or somebody like that over here. And 99% of the time, it's just me. So, yeah, I don't have anybody pushing me. So I just get out and cruise and I have a good time. I mean, I'm not slow, but I like to ride, and enjoy everything. And, if I rode with somebody daily, it would be different. I'd probably, push myself more than what I do. But I don't know. I enjoy it, man. I enjoy and there's most times I enjoy being solo. I can do it. I can get a lot of thinking done, and I can get a lot of stuff done in my head. So, but that's the first thing I'd do if I got to Oregon. I'd be trying to suss out little towns and places I could go, and check those sceneries out.
Well, all you have to do in Oregon is get off of I-5. As long as you're not on I-5 and in the Portland area, everything else is just little towns that have been there for however long. Not as long as your guys' towns, obviously, because Oregon's not been a state as long as the rest of the country, but you can find 100-year-old towns that still look 100 years old all over the place.
And that's what I'm talking about, finding those 100-year-old towns that, you know, are just history. It's full of history and stuff, you know.
Yep, they're all over the place out here because
there's a lot of different. There were a lot of different, you know, people that came over here and went towards Oregon, you know, and stuff like that. You know,
well, they named the trail after it. Come on now.
The German. There was Germans. There were them other people. They would come from Texas and they would come up. I'm sure of them too. Now it was like a different, like those. It was not Germany. There was Germans, but I think it was like
there's a lot of Scandinavians up here.
Scandinavians, and I was going to say there was a lot
came from like Wisconsin and Minnesota and all that, and they came for a more temperate climate, and also because it's in my family lineage, there was fur trading out here before it got really big, and Scandinavians apparently were really good at fur trading. So.
Yeah, because they'd have to come west and then go north. They'd have to come to Texas or somewhere from the East Coast and then go from here or down there up. So,
yeah, you take like I think it's 20 that goes all the way, or is it 40? Is
40 goes. My 40 goes all the way across the country down there, I guess.
Yeah, doesn't that go through Atlanta and all that though?
No, that's south. That's 75, 65. 65 runs south to 75 keeps going south.
40 goes through Arkansas.
Yeah, 40 runs east to west.
Because when I came towards your direction, because I've driven to Arkansas a couple of times, and I think it was funny because I went down to California and then to 10 to 20 to 40.
Polish, that's it. Mike Wilbike, he said it. The Polish, there were a lot of Polish people that came and went that way.
There's a lot of Polish people in Cleveland, I'll tell you
that. Yeah. Higher numbers run north to south, and lower numbers run east to west. So, if you ever want to know that, if you ever want to know the interstate numbers, most of them that are
odd and even.
Yeah,
it's
odd and even.
South and even numbers east and west.
Yeah, something like that. Seems like the higher ones though kind of run north to me and south, or in my area, 75, 65.
We got I-5, 205, 405. We got everything 5 out here.
We got 65, 75, 85. Them all run north and south. I'm sure there's a lot more. I just, let's do Atlanta, 75, 85, 65 up through Nashville.
But we got a lot of wide open road out here, more than you guys do in the East. I'll tell you that. Like, especially
I bet.
Ways you can get on I-5 and just 90 mile an hour for 4 or 5 hours. It's just, especially once you get south of Eugene and head towards California, and you don't hit another big town until you hit Redding.
And that's what I mean. I'd like to go hit a road where you're going to run probably 4 or 5 hours and not see nothing. Maybe a gas stop on the side of the road. One little.
Because we got mountains all over the place.
Yeah.
No, you guys talk for a second. Somebody just pulled my driveway. I got to check it. I'll be right back.
All right. So what's going on, man? Indian doing okay?
Yeah, the bike's doing fine now that I got the battery in it. Everything's been perfect. Like, I haven't had any problems with it at all. Everything's been great.
Is that what it was? Just a battery?
Just a battery. Yep.
Yeah. So does them all have them are basically got the same like regulators and all that on them too, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I know they were.
So it was going to be the battery, the regulator, or the stator.
Okay.
I just guessed because I had the battery out already, and lo and behold, that worked.
And that's me. He was talking about tires, and I'm down to, man, I'm telling you, I'm probably going to have to get a new set within probably before July gets here. So if I do the riding I plan on doing before July, I'm definitely going to have to get a whole new set for the Ultra. So, and I run those Michelins, on the Sportster, and they do great on it. I got white walls on there and all that. And they do good on that, but I'm really thinking of a different kind for the Ultra. So everybody keeps telling me to go with the Dunlop, the American Elite, and if I try them out, I mean, my brother buys some Dunlap, but I keep trying to tell him to pay the higher price for it. Get quality. Get the
If
quality
they had them in
tires.
stock where I'm going, I would get them.
And he buys these cheap tires, and he don't ride like I do though. He doesn't travel, and so he's basically just around our area rider. And now, not my brother that lives in Georgia, my brother that lives here in my town. So he just buys like $100 tires, and I'm like, I can't do that, man. I need something decent that's going to run and last and be a good set, So I'm really thinking about going with them American Elites, but like you said, there's certain ones that are getting, hard to find. I'm not going to run the white walls on the Ultra. I think they just look better on the Sporty. So by July, I'll have to buy a new set. And then that's, what, $300, $400 there, $380, $400 for a set. So,
yeah, of the Elites, yeah, they're about $180, $190 a piece, probably. So,
because I know the Michelin's run me,
really like 220 or something.
Yeah, they're decent price, So
Yeah,
I'm either going to go.
Regular size tires on your bike.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
like, oh my God, those are expensive. Well, you're running 21-inch tires. Of course they're
no. I've got factory. I got the factory rims. So no, they're just regular size, whatever they are. I ain't even really paid attention to what they are on that Ultra. I'm sure it's like a 16, 18, or
Yours is a newer style, right?
18. No, mine's an 07.
Oh, it may be, if it's factory, it may be 16 and 16.
That's what I thought. It was,
Because
the tires look.
Avalanche frame or whatever that's called, they started running 18s in the front. But
And I think I still got
our years are still 16. Mine are.
Yeah, I think I still got the 16. So, because the tire looks to me, of course, looks huge.
They're big balloon tires compared to whatever.
They're big tires. So, but yeah,
mine's sitting right next to me, so that's why I keep looking this way.
Doc said to tell you he couldn't make it, man. He's celebrating 27-year anniversary today. So,
good for him. Good for
Yeah.
him. I'll have to send him a congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's excited, man. He's not just about that, offer he got and to do that show, his shop talk or whatever on that other broadcast network. So,
yeah, you don't want to use Dunlops on your truck.
No.
Bike tires, a whole different story.
Yeah, I would not put a Dunlop on the Jeep.
No. But yeah, that's
so. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce though, dog. I just figured I would pop on and tell you what was going on, and
that's
I'll
good
update
news,
you as we get updates.
Mike, is good seeing you, buddy.
If you think about it, send me like a Facebook message or something, and remind me, and I'll send you our realtor's number. So, and she knows even rentals and stuff like that, so maybe she could be of help there too. So,
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
because all we can find right now online is apartments, so you have no idea if there's
so expensive up here right now. Independence isn't too expensive of a town though, and there's also a little town next to it called Monmouth. It's even actually probably a little bit cheaper. So, and it's maybe 5 more minutes than Independence. But we could talk about that. We'll help find you something, bro.
Cool. Man. All right, I'll see you guys later. Good to see you,
buddy.
Good to see you.
You too, buddy.
Dropping in, buddy.
Hell yeah, I'll see you next
Be
week.
safe. Good dude right there, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I'll have somebody because he likes the same kind of riding that I do to go see random shit,
And I hate that he's out there by himself. He's me and him's talked about it before, and that has to be miserable. Not know anybody. Really. I mean, And then the way he goes and just rides with these other groups, and that's good to get to know people. But I'm in the same way. I would feel out of place at certain
You're
places,
the odd
with
man
other
out.
people,
Yeah.
and I get it, man. That has to suck, no family, no friends, nothing. So when he gets up there, I'm glad that he's got that good information that he's going to be, up there around you. So.
Well, we're going to do a triple YouTube thing. It'll be me, him, and Fat Boy Jr. will all be filming each other.
Has he met Fat Boy?
I can't be certain, but something tells me he has. I'm not absolutely certain, but I think that he has.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, I'm happy for him, man. I want to see him, around somebody that he's comfortable with, like you or somebody, and he can hang out with and.
Well, yeah, and he came and rode with our crew, and he said he had a blast. He said it was one of the funnest riding days, and he didn't even ride with us that long, but just just the atmosphere we had out here, because we're all like family, all of us that ride together. So it's just chill and everybody's casual and having a good time and looking out for each other. Hi, baby, what's up?
Doc is doing his magic mic routine about now. Dallas says.
What's happening, Ray?
I don't want to picture that, Dallas. Dallas said Doc is doing his magic mic routine about now. All right, Mikey. Mike will bike. Buddy, take care. He said he's got work coming early in the morning. And
all right, Michael Bike. Peace out. Get some sleep. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me when I know it's late night out there. So
it ain't too late. To me, it's just now 8:54, so it's all right. I mean,
well, it is a school night, so
yeah. My little one's in the room. The other one's at work, so she'll be home probably about 30 minutes or so. But yeah, I hate the way this coastal time is different with everybody because, a lot of people miss, opportunities to see people. And I ain't talking about, just watching and getting views and shit like that. I mean, you guys are such a different time zone that, like Mikey out there, he, time y'all get up out there and things like that, we're already going. And
well, yeah, because like you do your morning live podcast.
Well, I've been busy. Well,
a rare occurrence that I'm up at 4 a.m. to catch your thing.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's a totally time difference, and I haven't done it in a few days, and there's no reason or rhyme except for I've been really busy here at the house with the kids because I got the little one graduating 8th grade this month, and she's made the top 10 in her class, and she always does. She makes the honors banquet and all that. So we have, we have so much stuff going on with the kids, and we had prom this past weekend, and the 8th grader, she had her 80s dance. And then my junior, she had her junior prom. So it's really hectic here at the house with the kids.
Did you go to the 80s dance?
No, I don't. My daughter wouldn't want, she doesn't like me chaperoning.
We're 80s kids. You could go.
I know. Show them what it's really like to be in the 80s. But yeah, she's not embarrassed, but like I was taking a picture with my junior and she's in her prom dress and everything, and my wife's like, at least put on a button-up shirt. I don't know. I think I only buy one when I'm like going somewhere important, and I throw it away because I don't wear button-up shirts. And I think I got like one in the closet. And my daughter was like, no, don't put on no button-up shirt. She said, Dad just needs to be Dad, I don't want him to be different, so T-shirt it is and blue jeans, so nice. And a hat on backwards in a picture, and I understand what my wife means, but still, my daughter don't want me to change because 20 years down the road, she's going to say, this is my dad, this is, who is this fake person dressed up? That's not my dad. You know what I mean?
That's cool that she gets that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, it's been really like just go busy, with the kids, especially right here at the end of the year, because they get out. And then my Bailey, she's decided to go ahead and graduate this next year. She'll be a senior, but she's going to only do half the year and graduate. So she can get in, go on into college and get that started. So we've been talking about that for the last few days. And, I don't want her to miss things, but she's not a school person. She's like high school. She doesn't really care about certain things. She'll still get to walk across the, stage when she graduates or whatever. But, she's just ready to be done with it. And she's like me because I never wanted to be there either. But she's ready to go on and get her career started. So, I can't blame her, wanting to graduate early. So,
yeah, pretty sure I didn't like school either. I don't think any of us really like school. Those are the weird kids that actually like going to school.
Yeah. I mean, they're smart kids, they're really, I ain't trying to brag, but even her, she's made.
They're your kids. You're allowed to brag.
I mean, she's Bailey. She's always made honor roll. Every year since she's been in high school and does good. And she's had quite a few offers already for college, and we got like 2 tours set up, already. So, what's he saying? Ray has daddy-daughter duty. Well, that's 24/7, brother. You know how it is when you got the minors in the house. So, yeah, and
you got all that. That's real stuff to brag about. We're sitting around here. We got a 3-week-old, and we're bragging because he pointed at something.
God, I remember those days. Sometimes I wished I could go back to them too. Like how did they grow so fast? And and they're teenage girls. If anybody has a teenage girl, they know what I'm talking about.
I've had.
God Almighty. It's just, and I'm surrounded. I got a wife and these 2 girls in the house. So it's girls, girl, and then and you wonder why I get on social media and talk to dudes and why I ride with dudes.
Here's the thing nobody tells you, Ray. Guess what? From now on, they're always going to be teenage girls.
I know, and they're
they never stop being teenage girls.
and I mean, like I've got an older daughter, lives in Georgia. She's married with a kid, so but they're always kids, and I see them as kids. Even her husband, it's like you guys are still kids to me, and it doesn't make me feel old. It just makes me feel like there's like they've grown up fast, but they're still not grown up. You know what I mean? Kind of, and it's like so.
Yep. I got 3 girls and 2 boys, and I know. They're all.
See, like Dallas, he's saying his little one has decided to visit, and I think his is 18, maybe 19. His youngest daughter there, so.
Yeah, I was watching. I've been keeping the tabs on the Adam Sandoval convoy thing.
Oh yeah.
I guess like 2 stops ago, his niece decided that she wanted to ride with him for a little bit, and because I don't believe that he has any kids. I don't know if he had any before his new wife or not, but I never hear him mention any kids, so I'm assuming he doesn't have any. But so his niece got on the bike with him, and man, he was excited about that, like he was getting the best birthday present ever or something,
I think he has a step kid. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know much about the guy.
Is it Ashley? I think it's his wife's name, but I don't hear him mention kids very much.
Yeah, she has a kid. She has a son that's like
doesn't she have a boy? Like preteen, right?
Yeah. And now I've never heard of him mention any kids like from the past either, Now, yeah, I know he has a sister, and he talks about her a few. I've heard him talk about her in the past a few times, helping him do something.
I think she helped organize this convoy thing, actually.
Yeah, she helps him with this, like with his stuff. I mean, she's around the campground some, I believe, and things like that. So, but yeah, I haven't really watched him and kept up. He stopped, I think, at 3 dealerships here in Tennessee a couple of weeks ago or a week ago or whatever it was, and I didn't even go to one because the weather and the bike was in the shop and everything, and I just really, tell you the truth, I just didn't care for it. You know, I mean, not that I'm not saying that he's not doing a good thing or anything like that. I'm just, you know, I just didn't care to do it. So,
He's going to be here in Oregon for 2 days.
and if, I mean, for someone to go over and sign up for that motorcycle, have you seen how many people are showing up? And I tell you, the person that's going to win that bike is going to be some 80-year-old dude with about 10 of them sitting in the garage that don't need it. Seriously, that's the luck
That's
of
how it
always.
works.
Yes,
That's how it works.
it is.
Yep.
It's some old guy or somebody, you know, that don't need it, and they probably won't ever ride it because they already have their favorite one that they own and fixed up. So, I don't know. To me, sometimes it's a waste of time, and it ain't nothing towards the vets, you know. I love to support the veterans, and it ain't nothing personally towards him. It's just I just didn't do it, so didn't care to do it.
I'll make a statement here, a disclosure, is that I don't get to meet like famous people too much, so sometimes I get a little bit fanboy. So
Hey, but there's nothing wrong with that, man. I don't blame you. I mean,
he's making
you know,
2 stops in 2 days here in Oregon, so he's going to be like chilling a bit here in Oregon, and I'm kind of looking forward to going and hanging out and actually meeting them and that. And hopefully I got enough GoPro batteries to make it worth the while.
and like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. There's people I want to meet, but there's, you know, they're to me, they're more important than he is, you know, that I would go meet. And I'm not saying he's, you know, he's not done good for the motorcycle community because he has, but, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that love that guy, you know, and really want to see him and hang out with him. And like I said, I don't know him personally, so I can't really judge the guy. And I don't like to judge anybody anyways, because it ain't my position to. So, yeah, Dallas, the youngest one, owns her own helmet and gloves. She loves to ride. He says, I need to win that bike. Yeah, I think you actually have to go and scan some QR code or something that he brings there, or his team brings there to the dealership. You have to actually go and, like, if you register to win that motorcycle, you have to go to one of the dealerships that he's going to, and I think he got some kind of QR code or something you scan and then enter it for free or something. So I don't know. I didn't, like I said, to me it's like trying to go. I might as well go down here and buy a Powerball ticket because that's the same odds I'm going to have to win that motorcycle to win the Powerball. You know. Yeah, I know it's.
I don't ever win shit. So
well, I've won a few things, but nothing. You know, I won my handlebars. I won a cup holder for my motorcycle. There was something else I won. I think I've been really like putting in for like a lot of these giveaways for helmets. These Roku or not Roku, but whatever you call them.
The Ruroc.
Ruroc and the Simpson and the Shoeies. I don't give a shit what brand they are. I'd like to have a decent brand. I've got one little full face helmet. I think it was like $90. It's cheap. I mean, it's DOT, but it's cheap, and you know, it does the job for what I want. If it rains, you know, that's when I use it. So tell her I said hi. I know she just come in, didn't she?
Who that?
Your old lady, your wife.
Oh yeah, she was in here a bit ago. She doesn't hang out in the shop very much, but
Dallas says jumbo bucks. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's I don't know. Sometimes it's just there's so many people though that enter. Like I said, all these people going to every one of these dealerships and shit sign up, and you know I always sign up for like that Law Tigers, that 100, you know, that big Sturgis thing they have on Facebook and Instagram. You can apply if you look up Law Tigers on Instagram or Facebook. They give a Sturgis trip away. They announced the winner in July, I think. And they give away 2 baggers, and you can win up to $100,000 in prizes and cash, and then a trip to Sturgis, and you win. You know, you can get your choice of a road glide or a street glide. So, yeah, just look them up, Law Tigers. You know, it doesn't cost anything to enter. you just enter it, and I've entered it like 3 times so far.
Yeah, I don't usually win crap. It's like even when Doc has that giveaway going
Yeah.
for the can, and I was like, I'll put my name in there just to support him. But if I win, I'll turn around and do a giveaway myself because I don't really need it.
Well, I do.
That'll probably be the one thing that I win is the one thing I don't need.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind winning the cam, but I don't know what it, because if you win that, don't you have to put other shit? Don't you have to have other stuff to go with that?
I don't know.
I mean, don't you have to have a cam shaft? I mean, he's just giving the cam away, right? So you got to have a cam shaft.
Well, the cam is the camshaft, but I think I could be wrong because I'm not that well versed in the innards of a V twin. But I think as long as you have springs to hold up and operate the valves right, I think you could just throw a cam in there. I don't think you have to do all that much to it, to be honest. But I
don't know.
I know it's not like when you put a cam in a car, you got to change a lot of stuff. But
yeah.
I don't think it's the same way on a Harley motor. I could be wrong though.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't claim to know. I have no idea. I thought the cam that he's giving away, I thought you had to have that cam plate as well, that everybody puts the stage 2 cam plate and shit in, I thought you had to have that.
The thing with his giveaway is he doesn't have the camshaft yet. So I guess if you win, you tell him what you want and you can decide whether you want a radical one or whatever. I've already got a pretty hot camshaft in mine, so I wouldn't want to do that.
I don't know what I need. I've got the 96 cubic inch, V twin. So
yeah, I got a stage 2 in mine, and it gets up and goes. So I know it's had some work done to it. And if I do anything to it, I'm replacing it with a bigger motor. So I'm not even going to worry about trying to hop that up anyway. It does plenty fine the way it is right now.
And that's what I need. I need a stage 2 done for mine.
Mine's I got a stage 2 that still has the factory air cleaner on it.
Damn.
Go figure that one out.
No, that's one thing. I do have the aftermarket air. I got the S&S teardrop. So I mean, it's I'm hoping as I'm riding, hopefully I get to ride more this. We've had rain chances most of but they've actually been settling down. We were supposed to have some tomorrow, and they settled down. It says 69 degrees here tomorrow, just cloudy, and then Saturday it's a 30% chance with 70 degrees, and then Sunday's like 40% chance, but it's going to be 78 degrees. It's going straight into heat, which is good in a way, 70s are okay.
That's the difference, though. See, out here, if it's only a 30% chance, we're like, woo, we're going to the beach.
Yeah. 79 and 80 the rest of the next week. So
30% chance of rain out here means you're going to get sprinkled on once or twice during the day. That's what 30% means out here. Because most of the time it's 50-60% chance and above.
Yeah. And Mr. and Mrs. Stumper are saying, let's see, yes, there are things you'll have to buy to install the cam. See, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't think it's just you can just put a cam in it and then go. You have to have like different. I'm like I said, I'm not for sure. I could be wrong, but I thought there was a few different things you'd have to change, like the oil pump or oil something, and then like different things with it to do the stage 2. I don't know. If I was to win, I do need it. I would just save and buy the rest of the stuff I needed with it and have it done. So
you still running all the stock stuff in your 96? I'm guessing.
Just the motor. I've got a stage 1 on it, so I just need I need, like I said, if I had a stage 2, it would be better performing. So I wouldn't want to go above that though, if it was done right, and. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for my kind of riding, I would like to just have a stage 2 just so I can kind of keep up with the other guys I ride with, because they got 107s and 114s and shit like that. And they have just a bigger, better. And they just have a bigger, more power motor. And it's not that they have high, even if they don't do anything to it in its factory, they still have a better performance, So and they got better torque and stuff like that. And that's what I'd want. I would want better torque where I could go and keep up good with them. And it's just, like I said, I've got the older motor, so it doesn't have, in the riding I do, I don't do performance riding, but I would like to have a stage too. And I don't know. When I do ride with friends, though, most of them just kind of cruise and ride anyway. So I'm not really trying to, dog it to keep up. So
I went for a ride with a local speed shop, and everybody in the driveway, the smallest motor in the driveway was a fairly built 114. And here I am with my 96, and I'm just dreading. I'm like, I'm never going to keep up with these guys. Thankfully, they were all chill, and we just had a nice casual ride. But I'm like, dude, everybody out here has 20 more cubes than me at least. Some of them are rocking 131s and built 117s, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad my motor doesn't say 96 on it.
Yeah. And now there's certain people I'd like to pull up to and them think, oh, he just got that old twin cam, and then me have a good stage 2 or something in it, and not really race them, but just, be able to keep up, and them think, damn, what's in that motor, and keep them guessing.
I get that out of mine because mine's an older bike, and everybody knows it's got the little motor in it and whatever. But I can keep up with them. I can't beat them, but I can keep up with them. They're not leaving me anywhere.
Yeah.
Except for the other day. I mean, like I said, there's I don't know anybody who's got a Harley to keep up with an H2, so it's not going to happen.
Well, Doc, buddy, I'm going to jump off here. I've got some things to do before I get ready for bed. And I just wanted to jump on here and talk to you for a minute. I didn't see that you done a thumbnail, so I was asking a few people there on Instagram, Dallas and a few of us. We were talking about it, and I was like, I don't know if Doc's going live. Excuse me. And then Tweedle was like, well, go on if he's not.
Yeah.
And I almost went on, and then you popped up, and as soon as you popped up, I was like, hey, Doc's going live, so I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to go live. I'm going to go over here. So
yeah, I've been so doped up that I've just been slacking on stuff. So
well, it happens, man. I mean, injuries.
Like I said, I'm here. I didn't miss it twice in a row.
There you go. So, well, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I mean, you live life, you have normal, people don't get that sometimes.
Life definitely happens.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that, we are just out here, we're not just sitting behind a computer desk all day, even though I look like it sometimes, but I'm not, I'm actually doing things. And if you do see me back here, I may have 30 minutes or an hour to kill. And that's why I'm on here. So, throughout the day. So, but all right, man, I'm going to get off here. I'll let you finish your show or wrap it up or whatever. So everybody in the side chat, thanks for coming out for Doc's or Dogs. Sorry, Doc must be talking. Doc better not be talking about me with his wife. I don't know why I said Doc. He must be talking about me. All right, man. Hey, I'll see you next time, buddy.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Have a good night, Rick.
All right. Hey, all right, man.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up too. So speaking of doped up, it's about time for me to take some more. So, I want to get my back healed up so I can go ride as soon as I get my tire switched, which would be pretty cool. And like I said, we're in the middle of relocating. So when that moving truck gets here, I got to be in one piece. So, I appreciate everybody being on. There's still 8 people here. I think I got up to like 20 at one point. That's awesome. That makes me feel pretty good. I'm glad I came on. Glad you guys got to hang out. Glad you did hang out, I should say. And we will, if you can't be good, then be good at being bad, right? That's what I always say. Thanks, whoever's still here. I see Dallas. I see Evil Rick, Mr. and Mrs. Thumper. Not sure who else is still in here, but I appreciate you being here. And if I don't see you beforehand, I will see you next Thursday. Do what you love, do it safely, and do it with purpose.